Today on Tales by Ojemba is Consequences Series Part 7, The Hike. Emeka and Chris are good friends. They have known each other since their university days. In their spare time, they go on a hike to ease off stress of work. One evening, they were hanging out in a bar with one of their friends, Frank. They were having a good time. Emeka suggested they all go on a hike that weekend. Chris said he would love to hike on the Devil's Trail. Frank said that after the incident that happened 4 years ago, the government have advised people to stop hiking in that area. They argued with Frank for a while. Chris said that people have been hiking there with the government warning. Emeka even said he followed a group of hikers who hiked in the Devil's Trail 2 months ago, that it's totally safe. Frank later agreed with them on their way home. They all agreed to hike on Devil's Trail the next Saturday. Frank got home and told his flatmate Ikenna about the hike. Ikenna was interested and told Frank that he would follow him to the hike. Frank told him they are going to the Devil's Trail. Ikenna picked more interest. Ikenna told him that he has heard about the wonderful waterfall at the end of Devil's Trail, that he will be very happy to visit the place. When Saturday finally came, Emeka, Chris, Frank and Ikenna all got ready with their backpacks and headed to the bus station. They boarded the bus and went to the town where the Devil's Trail was located. When they got to the location, they ignored all the warnings and the sign the government posted around the area, and they set off to start their hiking. It was a quiet sunny morning. They talked and laughed as they walked deep inside the Devil's Trail. Emeka, who said he has hiked there before, led the group. They were all excited. After about 1 hour 30 minutes of walking, they finally got to the waterfall, which is at the middle of a big forest. They all got excited and started swimming. They played games in the water. It was a wonderful moment. They took many pictures at the waterfall and swam some more. They had so much fun, they forgot time was fast going by. When they realized that time was already going, they packed up their backpacks and headed back towards the trail. Emeka led the way again on their way out. They walked for more than 2 hours, but they didn't see the road that led to the exit of the forest. Chris started shouting at Emeka, saying that he has gotten them lost. They both got into a hot argument. Frank and Ikenna had to calm them down. They decided to use the Google Maps to navigate out of the forest, but there was no network nor internet service inside the forest. They became very scared, but they continued walking down the narrow path because it was already getting late. Suddenly, Ikenna screamed and fell on the floor, shouting in pains. He has been bitten by a very poisonous snake. Chris took a stone and killed it. They tied off the wound. Frank carried Ikenna on his back and they started walking. Shortly afterwards, due to the strong venom of the snake, Ikenna collapsed and died. Since they couldn't carry his dead body, they found a hole in the forest and placed the body inside the hole. It was already sunset. They found a spot and gathered around each other. They decided to spend the night there. Although they were still scared, they managed to sleep off due to fatigue from the long hours of walking. Early the next morning, Chris woke up very hungry and thirsty. He walked around the bush and found a fruit. Without thinking whether it was edible or not, he started eating the fruit. He was so hungry. Suddenly, his stomach started aching. The fruit was poisonous. He cried in pains until he passed out and died. Seeing what happened to Chris, Emeka and Frank started to run. They were running to get out of the forest. Suddenly, they ran into a leopard. Seeing the leopard, Emeka and Frank ran in the opposite directions, each man running to save his own life. But the leopard chased after Emeka. The leopard was quick to catch up with Emeka and killed him. Frank ran until he was out of breath. He collapsed and fainted. Luckily for him, a local hunter saw him lying there in the forest and rescued him. He was taken to the hospital where he spent a few days before he went home. He later reported the incident to the police and also led the police inside the forest, where they recovered only the body of Ikenna. The end. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more stories. Thanks.